has the acceleration that he does, and he put it to good effect there.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They fake the handoff, now Tua. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Irv Smith Jr. hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Vikings 7, Broncos nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll drop to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going to run. This is Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Now Gordon on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So first and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They run the stretch play here to Gordon going left. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball?
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 26-yard line. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and throw for it here. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 1st down, Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 88 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And this time he is in. Melvin Gordon with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Nifty move by Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On second down, Gordon once more. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They're going to look to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got some space here. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
186 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Here's Gordon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.
And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Here's Tua. He's going to get this one down to Cook. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Now, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back.
At their own 31-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, as that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Returning is Peppers. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On play action, here's Tua. Out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Tua on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now it's the backup Mariota. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And complete, right side to Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua rolling to his left. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Play action, now it's Tua. Being chased out left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
Nifty move by Gordon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Man, 216 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They'll run on first down. It's Gordon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Tua. That's complete. It's Cook.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Tagovailoa completes this to Jefferson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Tua.
Dancing to his left.
Tua hit, and the ball is out.
And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Tua to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So this one will wind up a Denver